Hello and welcome to another video. This is our September 2018 BMW M140i Shadow Edition with the Auto ZF 8-speed gearbox. The car's finished in sapphire black metallic. It's had just 2 keepers from new, so that's 2 owners in total. The car has full dealer service history. And this particular car has a fantastic amount of spec and accessories on the car. And you'll also notice that the previous owner has changed the wheels for a multi-spoke alloy finished in gloss black. The wheels are in beautiful condition. I'm just going to order a couple of new Super Sport tyres for the front of this car as well. Now the whole car has been machine polished to a really high level, and I say that because, you know, there's machine polishing and there's machine polishing, and it takes quite a lot of time to bring up the paintwork like the finish that we get on the cars that we have here in the showroom. So we'll start down at the front. I'm going to pick out any little bits that I see on the bodywork. As you can see, these headlights are in really beautiful condition. There's no pitting or anything on them. They've got nice clear lenses, and you can see that the front bumper doesn't really have hardly anything. I'm just trying to see if there's any stone chips, but there's nothing really to report. There's always going to be a couple of little sort of dots or something somewhere. In fact, we might, if I zoom in a little bit here. Now these are extremely small, and it's just a couple. In fact, some of this is dust, but we haven't touched these in yet. They are very, very tiny, almost like pinprick. It's just that the lights in the showroom are highlighting them. If I just come back, look, you can see that there's virtually nothing there. But there are no large stone chips or anything like that on the bonnet. And it's got that beautiful glossy finish. Got the black, the Shadow Edition gets the black gloss grills. And also, if you notice, the bottom of the headlight inside has a black band, whereas the standard M140, it's silver in there. So they sort of darken everything down. And also the rear lights that we'll show you are also smoked, so they're darker, hence the Shadow Edition. You get the sun protection glass at the back of the car. HARMON KARDON sound system. And like I say, let me just bring you in and show you these wheels. So we've got the M Sport brakes in there. So like I say, there's Michelin Pilot Super Sports on the car. The front 2 are down to about 3 and a bit mil, so we're putting 2 brand new ones on. Now if I come in an angle, you'll see more of the shape of these alloys. And they're really nice and glossy. I don't think they've long been refurbished, but they're really great. And then if we come around to the front and look down the side of the car, there are no ding dents on the car. If we find any little tiny ding dents, then we have a dent removal man come out and he pops them out. You can just see what a great finish there is. Now, if we come up onto the top, you'll notice we've got the manufacturer's electric sunroof as well. There are no nasty marks up there. All the roof is in nice condition. There's a tiny little stone chip, sort of center of the screen there. We've touched it in, it's hardly anything. We've also got, now I forgot what they call this, it might be eye camera or something. We've got front and rear BMW cameras. And when you nudge the car, they record. If we come round to the rear, you'll notice there's one in the rear. I think these are about 600 and something pounds. There's one in the rear there, if you can just see that. That's the smoked lights. We've got rear parking sensors. We've also got rear camera on this car. It's got the adaptive M suspension as well. Professional media. I'm just trying to show you, if I come in, you just see the camera above our logo, just tucked under there. It's all factory fitted. So no damage on the back, as you can see. All of the top of the bumper, no scratches. All of the exhausts are in really nice condition. Also on the black edition, you get these, I forget what the colour is, it's a darker exhaust tip opposed to the silver ones. Again, if we look down the side of the car, you can just see how nice and true those panels are. There's not had any previous paintwork or anything like that. Again, those alloy wheels, really nice, almost retro-y. All around the filler cap. I'll just bring you up onto the top again. All of the door edges are in really nice condition. No scratches around the hand lever. Just see there. And all of the mirrors, I know I didn't show you the other side, but I can assure you there's no damage on there. No damage on the windscreen. And you'll see just inside, and this is a BMW accessory. Just trying to see where it said. It's got BMW written on somewhere, but that's the, oh, sorry, there it is. That's a heads-up display that you can flap that Perspex lens down. I'll show you more of that when we go into the car. There we go, back in focus. So like I say, none of the wheels have got any damage. The back tyres are super sports, plenty of tread on, and the fronts are going to be changed. So I'm going to come, in fact, we'll show you under the bonnet. Let's pop the bonnet. In fact, what I'll do, I'll start the car. 2 pulls. Just flip the wipers on by accident. Let's turn those off. Still haven't turned them off, but we'll do that in just a second. So here's the engine bay. This is the 335 brake horsepower straight 6 engine. That actually will make around about 351, 355 on a rolling road. It's a twin power turbo. Basically, essentially what that is a twin scroll, so there are 2 inlets into the turbo that make it more responsive, better on fuel. So let's just get these wipers off. Just try and, oh, there we go. I didn't pull the lever down far enough. So it's just come back down onto tick over. Just bring you in a bit closer. You can hear it ticking over really sweetly. So when we clean the engine bays, before anything, the gullies up the top here, these covers are taken off and they're all hoovered out in there to take any leaves out, etc. And then the rest is cleaned by hand, generally with brushes and WD-40. And up at the top here, the same. And then a very light steam clean just over the edges, but not directly at the engine. Try and keep that to a minimum. You don't really want to be mixing water with engine bays. And WD-40 is a fantastic cleaning product. It cleans really well and very safely. And then all the cars go round to our BMW specialist. They're all plugged in and checked. Check there's no fault codes in there. and then any servicing that's required is done. It all goes into the iDrive. Oh, I might just point out actually, I don't know if it's going to do it because it's running. That's what happens when you lock the car. There are little LED lights up under here. Because we've got the car running, they're not going to come on. So inside we have the oyster and the black interior. So oyster leather, black interior. There's the HARMON KARDON speaker up in the corner there. Got more speakers down here. And more speakers underneath the seat. Up in front of the professional media up there on the top. So plenty of speakers and more in the back. Just want to show you the door card. There's no damage down the side. All lovely and clean, look, all the way down, all underneath the door. Good puddle lights there. We've got the brushed aluminium with the black gloss finisher, which is the small band below that trim you can see there. We've got the M Performance mats in the car. All of the door shuts and the rubbers are all in really nice condition. As you can see there, just bring it round. And then we've also got electric lumber, which is this button here, so that'll blow up the bottom section there and a little bit higher. And then the rocker button, the one in front, will blow up the bolsters at the side to hold you into the seat. You can move the front part of the seat out forward to give you more support. And the nice thing about the BMW seats is that they do move into really nice angles and that to make you very comfortable. Got the centre armrest. As you can see, I've left the paperwork on the seat there. Schoolboy Aeroscot. Professional media, and when we come around the other side I'll show you more about the M Performance steering wheel that this car has fitted. Rear door card, again no damage, nothing down the outside or underneath. And if we look at the shuts, no seat belts have been jammed. I mean, occasionally we get cars, they've got little scuff marks there where the seat belts got caught in the door, but this one doesn't have anything there. The back of the seats as well, it's not really been used in the back. There's no scratch marks. All the leather is exactly as you should see it. There's no stretch marks from baby seats or anything like that. We've got the triple fold down headrests. Sometimes it's just the center one. The climate control all in the middle there, not damaged at all or anything like that. Sometimes people kick them with their feet and break the vents off, but all in lovely condition, as you can see. So we'll open up the boot, which we can unlock with the key. Lift up. I'm just going to take you all around the edges. So obviously if you're loading a car, it's the edges that get scratched, and you can see no damage or scratches. All nice and clean. The parcel shelf is all in really nice condition as well. All the gullies, the rubbers. Let's bring you up onto the top here, onto the tailgate. No nasty scuffs up here either. Bring you round. Okay, and then down in the car we've got the cubby hole in the side here, which has got your toolkit, locking wheel nut goes down there, etc. And then we've got the netting in the back, split folding seats. We've got a 12-volt socket up under where the light is there, so you could plug a little cooler box in the back, and then we've got the foam kit pump and the first aid pouch in there as well, all in lovely condition as you can see. And the carpets are underneath the mat, so I've already checked under there as well. And then this is the rear camera, the BMW rear camera, which is linked up with the front one. Okay, just show you in here. So this car will run on the E10 fuel with the extra ethanol, which is just on this little sticker here, so you don't need to worry about that. Again, looking at the door edges, open up the rear, do this door card here, no damage. Again, really nice and clean. If we come out, you can see the edge of the door card. Basically what you'll sometimes see is little chunks where the buckle of the seat belt's got jammed and it puts a rip on that edge. So that's the reason why I point all these areas out. I'm trying to show you the car from my point of view, I guess, of how to check over a car and check its condition. And the mat's in there. Voila. Really nice contrast actually, the oyster and the black. I know some people like black and black, but it's quite nice to have a contrast. And again, this door card all the way down and all up the edge. You can see no damage. Right, now we're going to grab that piece of paper out the way. So we've got the extended storage. So that was the lugs in the back, and you get this little cubby hole which you can open up down at the front, which is actually quite handy. If it's not there, you soon notice it if you've been used to it. We've got the M Performance pedals in the car as well. Again, the lumbar support and the bolster on the driver's seat. Just going to move the seat belt out the way so you can see that there's no damage to the bolsters. The driver's seat is in lovely condition. Now, this is the M Performance steering wheel. Now, let me just jump in. So, these steering wheels are about £1,200. They're not cheap. And there's two little buttons. I think to turn the screen on, we've got to press both together, which is a bit difficult when you've got the camera in your hand. So bear with me, there we go. So obviously it's an LCD screen, so it's going to flicker when you first turn it on. And then using the buttons, you can run through lap times and everything. Now there are multiple coloured lights here, I think sort of like amber, sort of green, amber, red, either side. And you can select the revs at which you want them to light up to change gear. Now I will just turn it off and turn it on again. Just see, sometimes I've forgotten how to bring them on, but they flash up. Now if we hold the button, that's this side I think, there is a menu that you can go through, but I'm having to look at the screen. I think if I press both buttons, yeah, it's a bit hard to do it when you're filming, but there we go. So is this then the select button? There you go. You can change, I think this is when you change the lighting for the gear change. But anyway, really nice feature, and like I say, not cheap. There's a control unit that fixes up to it, and beautiful stitching. Excuse my legs in the video. And then you've got the carbon center there, but it's in really nice condition. we've got the mode button here, which does the full black panel display down here, all your DAB channels, FM. Music collection is the 80 gig hard drive, back to DAB, and then if you press the phone button, it'll do your last dialed numbers. With the rocker button here, you just go through and press to select. Just gonna make sure the stereo is off, yeah. And then on this side of the steering wheel, we have the speed limiter and the cruise control down here. You can just see the button up there for the cameras. I'll just show you the roof opening up. You've got a blind as well. Dual climate control. Okay, we've got a lot of light in the car, so I'm going to shut the roof so that we can focus on this. Now, the one thing the car doesn't have, and there's a very good reason for it, is heated seats. Now, as you may know, if you go over £40,000 with any car from April 2017, you get an additional £335 charge on your road tax for not the first year, but the 5 years after. So it's like till the car is 6 years old. Now, I think the reason why they didn't select the heated seats is because that would have pushed it into that bracket, and this car isn't in the bracket. So it's just the road tax. There's no additional VED tax, as they call it. So I think you can forgive it for not having heated seats to save yourself £335 a year. Now, this is all touchscreen up here. You can move the tiles about. We click on the map. I'll actually use the iDrive wheel down here for ease. Now, with these numbers down here, you can actually, if I run my finger lightly across them, you can see you can use these as shortcuts. So we could save this view, for example, direction of travel. If we go over to the left hand side, you can see all the options there. Go to map views. If we want to have it in perspective, we could then save that on button number 8. So rather than having to go into that system, you could just press number 7 now, and it'll flip between that view, direction of travel, or perspective. You can also save telephone numbers in here. So if you want to save your partner's number, you can put it on number 1, etc, etc. And it will shortcut to other windows on there. So let's go back to menu. The media, you got your DAB channels, music collection, as we mentioned, telephone in there. We've done the navigation also. You can, if you're putting the address in, you can use the top of the iDrive wheel. You can either press to use voice or write on the top. If you're putting a postcode in, for example, ours is PO3, and then you need a space, go from left to right. Space. And that will create a space, and then you can carry on. If you've ever tried to put a postcode in and realise it won't accept it, or it keeps bringing up one of the numbers twice, it's because you haven't put a space in. So that might be the problem that you're having. Okay, we'll go back to menu. Okay, communication, connective drive. This is where you can pay to have subscriptions for Spotify through BMW and other features. Just going to turn this fan down. And my vehicle, this is where you've got all the settings on the car. Tracking, lights. You can change the colour of the interior lights, etc., the brightness. And in fact, we come out of that one, go down to iDrive settings, touch displays, units, sound, your HARMON KARDON. If you go into units, this is where if you want power, horsepower, torque, let's put it in pounds per foot, and you'll notice that would have changed in a minute. Now, the service history is down with vehicle status. Also, on the M140s, you get tyre pressures that are monitored. You'll notice there's 2 lines, and that's because you also get tyre temperature. So you can wait till your tyres will come up to over 30 degrees before they get a bit softer and a bit grippier in the summer. It's a bit harder in the winter to get any temperature out of them. Service requirements, so brake fluid not due till July 2023. Engine oil, looks like it's just been done, so it's another 2 years or 19,000 miles. Rear pad's got 17,000 miles remaining, so the vehicle check. Front pad's 20,000. We go to the top, this will be the PDI, like the pre-delivery inspection or check. Oil and microfilter, this will be. And then I think this will be a brake fluid. Yeah, brake fluid. So the first brake fluid's the 3rd year. After that's every 2 years. And then we've done a service early. Basically, I don't think it was due for a few months, but we've done another oil change. And while that was in for that, we've also scanned the car, etc. Now, I'm just going to come back up because I forgot to mention this is the heads-up display. Now, I'm just going to see if I can get, so okay, so you can see the revs, I think that was the revs up in the top left corner. There's some information just come up, and the speed in the center, and then you can just pop this down out the way or lift it back up. So there you go, it turns itself on. In fact, that's better. I don't think it was fully open before, so that's quite a handy thing if you're concentrating on your driving. So we've done the service history. Let's come out of there. Let's get this in focus. I think we've probably done enough in there. And then you've got dual climate control. Importantly, the adaptive suspension. So all of the cars have the dynamic ride or drive mode button that goes from eco, let's put the lights on for a second, eco through to comfort through to sport, sport plus. If I just, so eco mode, the suspension, so basically the adaptive M Sport suspension has a different shock absorber with a valve that allows more fluid or less fluid to change the dampening of the shock absorber. So in Eco Pro, the suspension will be softer. You can get the best fuel economy out of the car in this mode. You'll see it shows you 92% there. Coasting allows the car to roll on without engine braking. If you set your setting, if you're on a country road, you just want to cruise at 60, you'll see that this has now gone up to 97%. So you get the idea. That's what that's for. And then efficiency dynamics. Oh, that's just a bit more information there. With fuel economy and what drive mode you're in, etc. Comfort. Again, so this is basically throttle and on this car, suspension and the steering. They've got variable sport steering, so it will tighten up the steering. So comfort, it's balanced. As soon as you go into sport, the suspension will become stiffer, the steering a bit more direct. You can change this setting here to whether it will adjust the suspension as well. You can see from the picture on the car, you can just change the chassis when you go into sport, or just the drive chain to keep the shock absorber softer, or change both. Like I say, they all have that button, it all highlights in there, but you need to have a car fitted with the adaptive M Sport suspension for that to work. And then if you want the sport displays, remember we changed it to pounds per foot, and then if you rev the engine, you'll see that the power comes up there. It sounds really nice actually. I'll give it a... I know there was much to see pointing the camera at the wall, but I just wanted to show you the sound. So I'm just going to check around inside the car. We've got the reverse camera, so that's just pop it in reverse. And there you go. Didn't want to forget that. To put it back into sport. Sorry. Just want to point out, all lovely and clean down here. So we've done the steering wheel, heads up display, all the spec will be in the advert. Just to give you some idea. It's very bright in here today, but the steering wheel is a lot darker than this. It's very much black. We've got a lot of light coming through. Right, I think that pretty much covers everything. So we've got various different finance options for the car as well if you need finance. The rates just dropped down from 7.9 to 7.4. And we have some fantastic warranty packages that you can extend to. And you can go as far as 4 years on a warranty now. And with our extended warranty that you take out, you can actually go back to a main dealer to have the work carried out once it's been approved by the warranty company. So thank you for watching. I hope this has been helpful and I haven't missed anything. Take care and hopefully speak to you soon. Bye.